I'm gonna be giving y'all a complete beginner's guide on Dead Rails. Let's get right into this. So I've been playing this game for quite a bit and I figured out a few strategies and I'll share them with y'all in this video. So I'm gonna hop right into the game. I am gonna do the solo. This game is easier if you have a group of people, but right now I don't have any friends to play with, so we're just gonna be doing it solo. Anyway, once you're in the game, we'll spawn in this little town. We have our train right there. I also spawned in with this crate. You won't have this. This just holds some guns that I got from game passes, but we won't be using that in this video because I assume y'all haven't bought any just yet. Once you spawn into the game, you want to go over to the trading post, you want to grab this gold bar, and you want to toss it onto the table to sell it. And this will give you $50, and we can use money to buy multiple different things. We can buy bandages at the doctor's office to get and heal, or we can buy guns at the gunsmith, or we can go and buy coal, armor, and other things at the general store. So at the beginning, what we're going to do is we're just going to buy some coal. I'm just going to spend all my money to grab 3 pieces of coal just like that, just to make sure we don't run out. Also, at the beginning of the game, you will spawn in with 2 things, a sack and a weapon. Your weapon can be an axe, shovel, hammer, or anything else. But anyway, the sack is super helpful because you can go up to stuff and you can store up to 10 items in your sack. So it just saves you from having to run back and forth. Anyway, we're going to toss all 3 pieces of coal in there. There we go. And now we're going to hop in the seat and we're going to start driving. So we want to stop at pretty much every building we see just to make sure that we're stacked up on resources. And luckily there's a building right here for us and another one to the left. Anyway, let's go and pull out our weapon, and at each building is multiple zombies, so we do want to kill them, but be careful because they do deal quite a bit of damage. But anyway, once you kill these zombies, what you want to do is you just want to put them in your sack because we can actually use them for fuel later on. Anyway, let's run up here, and just taking a peek inside, it doesn't look like there's anything too good. There's just some stuff we can use for fuel, but overall nothing that we're really looking for. And there is a trading post right there. We don't really have too much to sell, so we're not even gonna go over there. But anyway, some buildings are better than others. Like one time I found a sheriff's office that had a rifle and multiple pieces of coal waiting for us, and this place actually looks like a mine, so it has tons of coal just waiting for us, which is perfect because coal is the main thing that powers your engine. We can toss other things in there as well, but coal is the best. So anyway, let's go and grab all those pieces. We can also grab all this other junk over here that we can use for fuel as well. But anyway, that was a pretty good stop because coal is the main thing we're looking for right now, but we're also looking for valuable items that we can sell for quite a bit of money because we do want to try to get a rifle or any other gun pretty soon. Anyway, let's go and grab some of this junk and let's go and toss it in. Also, whenever you hover over something, it will give a little description. So it says that this is wheel, it's junk, and that it can be used for fuel. So let's go and toss that in. And then we also have some coal. And then for zombies, it says that's corpse and that we can use it for fuel as well. It doesn't provide as much fuel as coal, but it still comes in pretty handy. But make sure you move fast because we want to get to 10,000 meters before it turns nighttime, because at nighttime, zombies, vampires, and werewolves can spawn, which at the beginning of the game where all we have is like a hammer, axe, or shovel, we definitely don't want to be outside during nighttime. And the reason why we want to get to 10,000 meters is because every 10,000 meters is another town, and it's pretty much just a safe spot for us because inside the town it has all sorts of stuff that we can like sell and buy, and then it also has big walls with turrets on top of them, and it kills any creatures that come up to the town, so it pretty much just defends us. And that is why we want to get there before nighttime. And there are 2 houses right here, but I'm not even going to stop at them because if you look all the way over there, there's actually a pack of wolves, which we don't want to go over there because the wolves will start attacking us. Also, here's a town right here, but this is not the town that we're stopping at because if you look closely, this one is actually overrun by zombies, which you can stop here and fight them if you want. But right now, I'm not gonna just because I have no guns. But I'll probably stop at a town later on whenever I do. We now made it to 10,000 meters and here's the town right here. So this is the safe spot for us. So let's just go and park our train inside, and now let's go and stop right here. And there we go, perfect. And now since it's nighttime, any second, zombies, vampires, or werewolves can start spawning. And as we can see over there, the turret is shooting. And that is because they're starting to spawn. But anyway, we're completely safe right now, so we don't even have to worry about that. But as I was saying before, everything we need is here. So we can go ahead and sell stuff at the trading post. We can buy some stuff at the general store. We can buy some guns at the gunsmith. And also, if you killed any bandits along the way or outlaws, you want to sell them at the sheriff's office because they actually sell for $35 each, which is crazy. And well, let's go and check out over here. So there's a saddle, lamp, a Molotov, and also metal plating. We don't really need any of that right now, nor do we have money for it. So we'll just go and check that out later on. But anyway, here's one of the vampires. There we go. Another one just spawned. But as we can see, the turret absolutely demolished them. But also, after the turrets kill him, we can actually use them? Because we can sell them for money, because vampires and werewolves actually sell for quite a bit. Like as we can see, it says corpse, fuel, valuable, and if it has the valuable thing underneath it, then that means we want to sell it. So there we go, that gave us a whole $15. So now we have 40 right now. It's still not enough for a rifle, but that's still pretty good money. Anyway, now that it turned day, we want to continue forward again, and then the next time it turns nighttime, we want to be at the town at the 20,000 meter checkpoint. And as I was kind of saying earlier, when we saw the mine, some buildings can have specific items, so just like how the mine had tons of coal and stuff, and right here we have a gun store, so I'm assuming there should be some guns here. Anyway, I did restart the game just because I did have to take a little break, but anyway, it looks like we kind of got unlucky. There's not too many guns, but there is gun ammo, so we can go ahead and grab this. And I mean, we did get pretty unlucky because usually there is guns, but it looks like there's not this time. But a little bit ahead is like a sheriff's office, which I'm assuming that should have a gun. Last time I found a sheriff's office, it had a rifle along with like 3 boxes of ammo, so it was pretty good. Anyway, let's stop here. So for buildings such as these, you definitely wouldn't stop at them. For other buildings such as just like blue houses, they're not really as good, but like look at this, we walked in here, here's a Mauser gun, so let's go and grab that and 2 boxes of ammo. And then right here we have a right shoulder armor, which this will increase like our health, so let's go and equip that. And then there's also usually some pretty good stuff like this right here. This is valuable, so we'll go and store that in our bag. So in my opinion, a sheriff's office is like one of the best buildings to find just because it has like the most valuable loot. So we now have a Mauser gun. I did already have one before since I did restart, and this time I decided to open up the crate. But anyway, if we didn't really want the Mauser gun, then we could always just drop it and then we could sell it at a trading post, so we don't even have to worry about that. Anyway, there's one of the werewolves. We definitely want to watch out for those. Around him is some regular wolves. They're not as hard to defeat, but those people have a ton of HP and they do a lot of damage. Anyway, there's a regular building right there. We could stop there to get some decent stuff, which I would recommend stopping there, but I'm just saying like the sheriff's office, doctor's place, mines, and gun stores are the best, but those buildings are still alright. Yeah, the werewolves right there are the main things that we're watching out for, because those people will ruin your whole run. Like they will kill you almost instantly just because of how strong they are, and even with a rifle, they still take a lot of hits to defeat, so I wouldn't even risk fighting them. Also, by the way, every night different creatures will spawn, but it's just a 1 in 3 chance of which creature's gonna spawn. So it could be only zombies, it could be only vampires, or it could be only werewolves. So you want to be aware of that, and that's why I recommend staying inside one of the little safe areas, just because all the turrets will defend you. Like you can probably survive during the nighttime if it's zombies and maybe vampires, but if it's nighttime and werewolves spawn, you definitely want to be inside one of these areas right here just because of how strong they are. Later on in the game, you can stay outside the trading post once we have like some defense around our train, but towards the beginning, we definitely want to be in here, and we made it just in time because it almost turned 10 p.m. and it is turning nighttime right now. Also, by the way, the loot inside general stores is randomized, so it's not a guaranteed chance that what you're looking for will be there. But anyway, it does have a chance to sell some armor, so this will pretty much just defend us from like these zombies, vampires, and werewolves. So it is pretty decent, but it's very pricey, like $100 just for the helmet, $125 for the chest plate, and we did manage to find a right shoulder pass in the sheriff's office, so that's pretty nice. But we can also spend our money to get metal plates like these, and if we look at it, it actually says it's bulletproof, which is actually very good because while we're driving, we could get ambushed by bandits, so that's why this metal plating is super good. What people usually do is they put the metal plating like this, and they would just like surround their whole train with it, and then on the outsides right here they would put barbed wire, and luckily we're inside the area because it looks like tonight werewolves are spawning, so it's a good thing we're in here. But anyway, this metal plating is good, but I would probably just recommend getting it later on. You could probably get one piece at the beginning if you really want to, and you can just like put it right here to protect you, but I wouldn't really start covering your whole train with it till later on whenever you actually have more money, because right now we only have like $10 right now, so it's definitely not worth investing in this just yet, unless we put it like that and then just take a seat. Also, I forgot to mention earlier, but you can actually weld stuff to your train by clicking Z. So if you click Z, it will actually just weld it there and it will stay there. So just keep that in mind because you definitely don't want to just set it there. If you just set it there and start driving, it'll fly off and you want to weld it to it. So just keep that in mind. We now just came across some bandits. So what we're going to do is we want to kill them. So if you don't have any guns, then I would recommend just keep driving past because these bandits will probably obliterate you if you just try to kill them with the hammer. But anyway, if you do manage to find some bandits, what you want to do is you want to aim for them. If you aim for the horse, then it will just shoot the horse and kill it, which there's no reason to waste your ammo on that. So make sure you aim above them. And let's try to grab like one at a time. So there we go, we caught one. We got a second one, and sadly we died. Alright, anyway, let's just go and use a revive. It is much better with the rifle, because most times the rifle does manage to one-shot him, which is pretty nice. And it sadly looks like we got that one glitch, where it like takes away the gun that you're holding in your hand, and it takes away all your weapons. So like right now, as we can see, we don't spawn with a weapon. You usually do, but there's like this glitch right now. Like we're shooting them, but it's not doing any damage because we're not holding any guns. So it kind of stinks because we pretty much just have to restart the run. But anyway, once you kill the bandits, what you want to do is you want to put them in your sack just like this, and then you want to carry them all the way down to a sheriff's office. And then once you're at the sheriff's office, you just toss them in the little square, and you can actually sell them for $35. But anyway, that's all that I have for the beginner guide right now. I'll make a better tips and tricks video later on with more things that can help y'all, but I'll do that after they fix a few bugs, because right now it's just way too hard to like get far in the game because of the bugs. Like that one bug that we got at the end where we spawned in with no weapons and like had to shoot a gun that did no damage. That happened to me like the past 5 times, and it just makes it very hard to travel far. So once they fix that, I'll make a better tips and tricks video. But anyway, that is a complete beginner's guide for Dead Rails though, so that's gonna be all for this video. So make sure to leave like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications, and I'll see you in the next video.